Welcome to Fill Up My Cup with Angel Onyai Kumokoma Lavenda. We are just share with you how I fill up my cup each and every day and how I'm navigating my late 20s. On this episode, we're gonna be talking about what is stopping you from showing up for yourself or being consistent in whatever that you're doing. I know consistency is something that we're really struggling from. I don't wanna lie, a lot of us, like really honestly, we are struggling from it, and I'm just a victim as much as you. So number one for me is overthinking. I overthink a lot of stuff. I will have a lot of conversation in my head. I'm just like, okay, if I put up this post, how is this person gonna feel? How are they gonna feel? Am I copying someone? Like there's just a lot of ideas and a whole conversation. Like I can have a whole full conversation in my head, and trust me, sometimes it ends well, sometimes it doesn't end well. And that is actually something that is stopping me from being consistent or showing up for myself, because we just carrying a lot of emotional weight, and it makes us focus on people pleasing, making other person happy, and in the process of just losing myself and putting other people first. You see, when especially for black kids, I don't know if it only happens to us, but putting people first, like our family and just friends, it's like we grow up knowing that you have to put other people first and then yourself after, whereas you need to fill yourself up first and then pouring from the cup that is full. So it's like we are trained to keep on refilling other people's cups and just forgetting ourselves. And in all honesty, trust me, it causes you to have um fear to it creates also fear of rejection and you being vulnerable or just being honest. So that is one of the things that has been stopping me from being consistent and just showing up for myself. And what I know is that some of us we are aware of it, and some of us we just not aware. There's places where you are aware of, and there are just places where you are just not aware of if this is people pleasing or not. Because the society that we're living in, trust me, it has made it so normal. There's other things that are so normal in a way that you just like, damn, how is this normal, right? Like for example, wow, like for example, people have this other thing of asking, when are you giving birth? Can we just leave people's wombs alone? Because trust me, first thing first, you're gonna overthink, right? And when you overthink, it's gonna make you not to be able to show up for yourself in a relationship the way you will want to, right? It's gonna make you to feel like your partner rejects you because you're not giving your partner like a son or like a child. You're not giving your family a child. That's gonna make you stop thinking for yourself and being consistent and showing up for yourself consistently and just being happy, because you are just so focused on what the society is saying. What would how will how is my partner feeling? Like, be honest, be vulnerable, speak to your partner. Listen, baby, I feel like I'm gonna have kids at the age of 30. Like myself, I wanna start having kids between the age of 30 to 35, and there's no one that's gonna come and question what I have decided. Like, this is my own decision, and I have made it to and I was like, I'm gonna show up myself the way I need to, and I'm still gonna show up to my partner the way I need to. And we have a tendency of just putting so much pressure on ourselves. Like, girl, just stop it. Number two, I would say that not knowing your why, your weakness, and your strength. Like I was listening to JB when he was preaching about excellence, and he was like, not knowing your weakness, it is a weakness. And I was like, what do you mean, bro? It's like, because you won't be able to know what you need to work on. And that does not mean because you know your weakness, you must work all of your life to be working over it. No, you just find a way on how to make sure that your strength overcome your weakness, right? You need to know your why. Why are you doing that? For example, for me, why did I open a podcast? Why do I want a podcast? Am I doing it because a lot of people now in Africa are having a podcast, or I feel like, oh, now it's going to bring me money. I feel like, oh, maybe I want to transition because everybody is doing it. I'm going with the trend. Why are you doing that? And also, in the subject or the project that you're doing, what are your weakness in it? Like, I'll always make an example with the podcast. For me is Is your weakness like maybe doing research for a particular topic, or your weakness is it you like getting through your thoughts and knowing what you need to talk about or write about or just speak about it to people? Is it editing? Do you take time to edit? Like you're so lazy to edit? Like what are your weakness? And then you know that whatever that you can't do, someone else can be able to do, and you just find help. Like ask for help. Listen, because here's the thing, right? If you Here's the thing, like on I'm always gonna make an example with the podcast because that is what is really close to my heart now today. um if if you struggle from editing, right, you're gonna have a lot of audios, a lot of videos, and you're not gonna take them out because what your weakness is, you do not know how to edit, or your editing does it just not pleases you, right? And you need help when it comes to that. And what you are doing is you're not asking help because you feel like, what are the other people gonna do? And what's gonna do that? You're not gonna show up for yourself. You're not gonna be consistent when it comes to you posting each and every time when you need to post. If you said you're gonna be posting on Fridays, you're not gonna be able to show up and post on Fridays or once a week because you are busy not checking what is your strength, what is your weakness. You do not know your weakness, you don't know your strength, you don't know why you're doing something. You're just doing it for the sake of doing it. And trust me, if you do not know why, trust me, it's like you don't have a vision. You don't know why you're doing that particular thing. So there's no way that you're gonna be able to sustain. You're not going to be able to sustain whatever it is. So I would say that know your why. Why are you doing it? What are my weakness on this particular thing that I'm doing? What are my strength? What am I going to need? Right? Oh Lord, this one, number 3, trying to do things by your own strength. Especially if it comes to your purpose on what God has called you to do, darling, there's no way that you're going to be able to do everything by your strength. That's, I think, Proverbs 16:3. Yeah, I even wrote it here. Proverbs 16:3. It says that commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. Listen, commit your work to the Lord, and your works will be established. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? I mean that submit your plans to God, right? Lord, this is what I am about to do. And this is what you have said in your word, that I should submit my work to you, and it shall be established. In you working on the whole plan that you have, you are submitting everything to God so that God can also give you what He wants you to speak or want you to do according to your purpose. Like right now on this podcast, before I started recording, I was like, Lord, I am so anxious and I really need you to speak through me. Let your glory shine through my voice, whatever that I'm doing, because I wanted to be doing it for the glory of God. I don't want to be doing it for myself. Like when you submit your plan to God, like also be vulnerable to God. Like tell Him, because He said we should pray about everything. Tell Him that, Lord, on the plan that I am going to the journey that I am going to, Lord, may you surround me with the people that will be able to understand when I feel like when I am having a creative block, when I'm having like a lot of stress. Where can I run to? Community, like people, can they relate to what I am? And trust me, when you submit everything to God, like God, whenever you feel like you are having a mental breakdown, you go back to Him and like, Lord, I submitted my plans to you, and you said you're gonna establish this. Like, hello, Father, please, I need to speak to somebody right now. I need someone to show up for me right now. One thing that I've noticed about God, when you put everything to God, trust me, you will forever have strength to keep on going. You will have fuel to keep on going because you're not doing it by your strength, but you're asking strength from God. Because trust me, there's no way that you're going to be able to do everything by yourself. I've tried it and never worked. It never worked. It never works anyway. And this is something that we really need to be reminded of. It's not like we don't know, we do know, but we need to constantly be reminded that we need to submit our plans to God, because He is the one that just say, oh, there's a go ahead. Oh, I feel like now you are ready for. And also, right, you will be doing something when you submit something to God. God will tell you and show you ways that, my child, you are not ready for this. You see, for this task, you are not ready for. And when you are ready, I will show you the right way. I will show you how to do it. Trust me, there's nothing that God cannot do. Like, I don't know why we feel like we can't come to God about small things. We just want to come to God about bigger stuff. You trust God with the little things, and He will make bigger things. And I think this takes me to the next one. Sorry, it just takes me to the next one, which was supposed to be the last. But anyway, you having a supportive structure, right? Have a supportive structure. Without a supportive structure, trust me, you will break down. My sister, you will cry. Eh? You won't even know what to do. So it's one thing that I used to struggle with. Like last year, I had to cut everybody else. Like I have to cut a lot of relationships because I just wanted to start all over again. And this year, my heart is on building relationships. I started going to a book club, and book club, girl, it's doing so much for me. Um, this lady Ria, um, the founder. Oh Lord, the activities that we have this week, it's about skincare, and I'm just like, I don't even go through my thoughts like that. I have to go through my thoughts like that. It's a community that always bring you up, like there's just a lot of things that are happening at the moment with my family and stuff, and there's just a lot of people that are around me, and I really really appreciate that. So have a supportive structure, because I was speaking to my cousin that she's doing PhD. She's like, there are a lot of people that do their PhD for more than 7 years or even 10 years because they are just struggling to balance the life and all, not having a supportive system. Because he was telling me that there are no exams. You need to make a research and come up with an idea, and you present it to a panel, and they will tell you that, listen, this is not the one, and you have to go back and come up with another idea. And obviously when they put your ideas down and they just suppresses you, you need someone to speak to that will be able to understand you. Imagine gay when you're by yourself. Mm? You're by yourself when you're just like, I do not need anyone, and it's gonna trap you and do this because you've got no one to go out with, you got no one to pray with, you got no one to do anything with. Like your family, just like, I'm cutting, I'm cutting, I'm cutting. They're giving me stress. Wait, hello, mama, let's come back, let's do the right things, huh? And also, it is not God's will for us to do life alone. Like I've never in the Bible or any like in any chapter or any story in the Bible whereby his disciples, they are by themselves, they're like, we're gonna do this life thing by ourselves. It never works like that. God never said you should do life alone. And it is God's will for us to have a community and being able to fulfill our purposes. And you're only going to be able to do that with knowing how to be with people. Because here's the thing, right? When you do not have a community, like there's nobody who's going to tell you that, okay, now you're doing great. Oh, now actually, whatever, man. This, my baby, this, you understand? Because when you are just all by yourself, you're just in your head, you don't even know what is right, what is wrong. So your supportive system, your partner, your people, what are they doing in your life? Are they taking out from you, or they're also refilling? Like, uh, you get, right? Number 5 for me is comparison and lying to yourself. Listen, there's no way that you're going to be consistent about something if you're trying to be somebody, because you are being a copycat of someone else, right? And there's this thing, there was a trend whereby everybody just wanted to be like Grace Mandlana. I think also I just felt for that trip. I'm just like, I'm going to post every day. I'm going to do, yes, it's nice. I'm going to be consistent. But I had wrong intentions. I wanted to be like Grace. I didn't want to be like Angel and show up like Angel. So show my authenticity and show who I am through the channel, through the content that I'm doing. Who are you? Like, who are you? You know, when you get to know yourself, trust me, you can be able to do it. When I talk about lying to yourself, there's this thing, right? One of my friends used to do it. He will say to me, okay, I'm gonna come and see you tomorrow, and trust me, and then he doesn't show up. That's him lying to himself that he's going to be able to do something when he knows very well that he's not going to do it, right? And I also used to do that. Like, I would lie to myself and say, I'm going to be able to do this and this and this and this and that, because most of my weekends, that's when I do my up and downs. And what I will do is I will show up for everybody else, but for myself, I won't be able to show up for myself. On Mondays, I'll be tired, exhausted. I don't want anything, and that will also go on Monday and Tuesday. And on Tuesday, I'm supposed to be taking out my vlogs. I ended up not taking out my vlogs because what? My body's tired. Hello, mama. My body is tired. It wants to rest because you were busy showing up for everybody else and you forgot that your body needs to rest. What is that? I didn't show up for myself, but I showed up for other people. It stopped me from being consistent, from posting my content and doing what I needed to do and show up for myself and do something that makes me happy because I just wanted to be there for everybody. I lied to myself that I can be able to do this. Hello, mama. Mm-mm. All right. Here's the other one. All right. It is good to actually stretch your mind up, right? But do not. It's not like yeah, like you don't go to the gym and then now you can be able to carry a whole 40 kg like busy. That's not how it works. It's a muscle. So we need to learn to stop lying to ourselves and be honest to ourselves and just stop comparing ourselves and knowing your pace. Stay in your lane, mama. Stay in your lane. We're doing that. We're staying in our lanes. And also, when you don't compare yourself, right, and lying to yourself, you learn on how to build your boundaries and not stretch out your boundaries. On my last episode, I was speaking about how to build your boundaries and also just sharing my struggles and I am, how I want to learn to set some other boundaries. So please do listen to it. The last two ones is plan your stuff. Trust me, plan everything ahead and write it down if that helps you out. But I feel like writing down, it really does help out because I have noticed with myself is there will be days whereby there'll be days whereby I do not write my to-do list, right? Hey, mama, listen, I will miss some other things and just complicate some other things because I'm a student. First thing first, I'm a student. I'm a part-time employee to Kauri. I am a full-time business owner and a full-time content creator. So you can imagine if I do not have timetable, if like trust me, I will write stuff at like an assignment. I'll write it today and finish it today and expect good results. And trust me, this year it was like, Mama, we're not gonna do that. Like, there's an assignment that I literally got like 36, and did I not cry my ass out? Like, I did not the literally tears, but I was just condemning myself. I'm like, you could have done better and stuff like that, and forgetting that the whole reason why I couldn't show up for that test for myself so that I can feel good and becoming consistent in my schoolwork is because I do not have a timetable. Do not have a timetable. I didn't plan my school stuff. Like now, I'm going, like I have exams, and I was like, you know what? I am starting to have a whole planning and studying and know that okay, on Monday this is what we're doing, on Tuesday this is what we're doing, and our to-do list will have to be accordingly to the planning and the timetable that I have. Because, baby girl, you can't do everything at the same time. The last one is stop wanting to do everything at once. Trust me, you're not God. Don't try to do everything. Yes, you can have the to-do list and stuff. What I can say is start by things that you know that these ones I can be able to do and incorporate them with some things that you know that very well that okay, these ones I like and stuff like that. And I have a tendency of recording my podcast at a later stage because I'm just like I have that thing of doing things at the end. So I'm fighting that edge because now I want to do everything and I end up not doing everything excellent. And after listening to that sermon by JB about excellence, trust me, I am becoming a new person and I'm not going to be hard on myself and wanting to do everything at once. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it one step at a time, right? And the one step at a time for me is making sure that I record my podcast on time, making sure that the timetable that I have, I go according to it. So listen, it is very very possible for you to do that, to show up for yourself and being consistent only when you stay in your lane and knowing very well where you are. So here's the question that I have for you, right? Is what's stopping you from showing up for yourself and being consistent? What's stopping you from being consistent and showing up for yourself? Leave it down below on the comment section. I love you so much. So don't forget to keep smiling, show some gratitude, and always, always be yourself.